And I got the A team here, the A team of helping regular everyday folks just like you become homeowners taking advantage of grants and down payment assistance. Now, you know what? I could do the official invitations and I can let you folks know who they are, or we can let them know who they are themselves. So let's do that, family. You got to follow this. Rents are going to exceed $2,000 before you know it. You folks better get up with the get down and learn about grants and down payment assistance. So let's start off with the money with the lady with the money, or the money with the lady, because she carries it with her, Miss Mary White. Introduce yourself, Mary.
Good evening or good afternoon. I'm Mary White with Town Bank Mortgage. I have been doing this crazy business for 41 years now, specializing in first time home buyers the entire time. There are so many opportunities for first time home buyers that many of the buyers never hear about or aren't aware of and don't know where the resources are. And so, what I would do is work with each of my buyers to identify who may be in a position to qualify for grants. And if they do, I will provide the information on where you can go to apply for various grants, with one of the best places being Southside Community, which some of the folks on this call are from that nonprofit, and they do a great job. There are lots of great programs through Virginia Housing that we do a lot of work with. And in all cases, in a worst case scenario, if you don't qualify for grants, which I know that's probably not what anyone wants to ever hear, but there are opportunities to do 100% financing for buyers who may otherwise be a little challenged with not being able to get grants and worried about where am I going to get all the money for closing. But I will tell you, Smitty, just like you said, rents are continuing to go up. So no matter what you're seeing or hearing in the news about mortgage rates are still some of the lowest rates in the last 100 years. And you can still purchase a home today and get out of that situation where you're facing the possibility of your rent going up every year in an amount that is ridiculous. I'm hearing amounts as much as $400 increase a year.
That is crazy, Mary. That is crazy.
Yep.
It's absolutely crazy. Well, you mentioned Southside Community Development and Housing Corporation, but before I let these two guys introduce themselves, I have a quiz. What's twice as good as $50,000? Want me to say
$100,000.
100,000? Family, working with Mary and Southside Community Development and Housing Corporation, this has been an over the top, awesomely fantastic week. Working directly with Mary White, Town Bank Mortgage, and Southside Community Development and Housing Corporation helped our client take advantage of $50,000 of grants and down payment assistance. And that's only half as much as some of the other options that are available. But again, let's get Southside. Who's going to go first, guys?
I'll go first.
All right, we'll get to go ahead, Tariq.
All right, my name is Tariq Gay. I work as the housing program manager and HUD certified housing counselor with Southside Community Development and Housing. We have a lot of grant opportunities available right now. $25,000 for the County of Henrico, $30,000 for the City of Richmond, and then $50,000 for all of the rural areas from Emporia to Petersburg. So I'll let Robbie talk about some of the developments we have. And Mary has already talked to us about, the opportunities in order to decrease your rent, by getting some additional funding to help you with your purchase.
All right, Robbie, you're up, sir. Again, appreciate you being with us this afternoon as well.
Of course. Thanks for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Robbie Franklin. I'm the Director of Real Estate Development at Southside Community Development and Housing Corporation. We're a housing-focused nonprofit organization here in the city of Richmond, building homes for first-time homeowners since 1988. The project that I'm specifically here to talk with you all about today is the 4 remaining homes we have at the Holland subdivision. They're townhomes, they're beautiful, and they come with, as Smitty mentioned this already, $100,000 of down payment assistance available.
All right. So, Robbie, when you say $100,000, do you mean the number that comes after 99,999? Is that the same $100,000 you're talking about?
That is the number that I'm talking about. Yes.
Family.
So these four homes, they are listed at $342,000. But for any first-time home buyer that earns under 80% of the area median income, which is a calculation that we can help you with here at Southside, you are eligible for a $100,000 down payment assistance option on these homes, which would make them $249,000 for you.
Mary, is that right, Mary? Is that right, Mary? Is that math?
The math is mathing, okay. Right? And I just want to add that by doing a Virginia housing loan, we can also add a Virginia housing grant on top of the $100,000, and that grant is between 2 to 2.5%, depending upon your loan program, of the actual sales price. So if the sales price is $300,000 and you're doing, say, an FHA loan, and we're doing 2.5%, then that means you get an additional $7,500. The nice thing also is, because of that much grant money, we can also use the grant money to buy the interest rate down to as low as possible. And the rate today, for example, on that FHA would be 5.75% 30-year fixed. And I will tell you, for most other folks that are, not first-time home buyers, not being able to utilize all these programs, they're looking at rates of 6 3/8 and above.
So, Mary, when you say fixed, are we saying that the mortgage payment is the same over the life of the loan?
No. Well, a portion of your payment is the portion that's principal and interest. Mm-hmm. The other two parts of your mortgage payment is your homeowner's insurance and real estate taxes. And of course, real estate taxes are going to probably go up because as the market increases, the city is going to, or if you're in the county, same thing happens. They're going to increase the assessed value that they collect taxes on because the value of your home is going up. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. Everybody fusses about taxes going up, but that also means that you're building your equity, because that means your house is worth more. So the nice thing about it, though, is your taxes and your homeowner's insurance are not going to be going up every year at the same rate that most people are seeing their rents going up. Rents right now are consistently going up anywhere from $50 to $200 every single solitary year. And, you might see an increase of $25 or $30 from the taxes and so forth.
Mary, it's the wild, wild west out here. I wish I had some background music. I wish I had loaded some up. I would love to have some music in the background. Hey, Tariq, if folks are interested in doing this, what should we do first? If someone is interested in becoming a homeowner and they might have a credit blemish or two, should they give up or should they still take a whack at this? What do you think?
Is that question for me, Smitty?
Yes, if you don't mind. Again,
sorry.
Is that? Yeah, we got a little bit of.
Background music trying to get me. All right.
Yeah, if someone's interested in home ownership, but they're not quite ready to buy, should they still contact you to see what can be done, or should they wait?
Definitely, Smitty, definitely. So at Southside, as a HUD certified housing counseling agency, we provide pre-purchase development for our clients, establishing the savings with them, helping them with their budget, and getting them homeowner ready, so that they have things for emergency expenses, and making sure that their monthly mortgage payment is comfortable for them and things of that nature.
But now, if I mentioned $50,000, then we agreed that $100,000 is twice as good as $50,000. Then Mary added another $7,500 on top of that. How much is it going to cost me to take advantage of this kind of money?
Oh, this is absolutely free.
Wait. You saying free?
Free, yes, sir.
So I don't have to so it's not going to cost me any money? There's no finder's fee. There's no loose change fee. There's no Mr. Tariq Gay fee. There's no fee.
No, there isn't. And if someone is charging a fee, let me know so that I can go ahead and nip that in the bud, because that's not supposed to be happening.
That is crazy. And this is used for down payment, closing costs, and mortgage reduction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Typically speaking, because I'm sure folks are going to ask, how long does it take to go through this process?
Typically about 45 days, Smitty.
Okay.
So 45 days from the day that you complete your counseling session.
Okay.
So you want to have some time for us to requisition the funds and things of that nature. And so, if you have a counseling session, we're not able to requisition the funds in 2 days. There's documents that
Sure.
we have to do.
Sure.
There's documents we have to receive from your lender, your realtor. We have to do some calculations as far as the grant award amount. We do a subsidy financing form to see how much money you actually need in order to meet the allowable ratios and things like that.
So then let's go to Mary White since Mary's got the money. Okay. So, Mary White, correct me if I'm wrong, but it typically only takes 30 to 45 days to go through a mortgage loan application process anyway and close.
Correct. From the time that you actually have a contract and send it into the lender.
And some folks get it wrong and they think that it takes longer, that it takes extra time to take advantage of grants and down payment assistance. And I say, and Mary, I believe you just agree with me, that's not true. It takes the same amount of time once you're under contract. We never count the time leading up to contract because we never know. But once you're under contract, it's going to only take you, let's just say 45 days to be safe.
Right, right. And one of the things, though, to ensure that it's a little bit smoother and quicker, or at least a as quick as possible process, just make sure that as your lender, or like if you're working with Southside, as we're asking for documents, just try to be ready to respond and get those documents to us as quickly as possible. Sometimes we end up having to chase folks for weeks, sometimes even months, trying to get those documents in. And then everybody complains about how long it takes to go through the process. But the process can't start and complete, or we can start it. We just can't complete that process until we have all of the documents that we need. And I know that Southside has the same issues too, and would ask the same thing.
So then let's say that I wanted to get an early start. I know I want to become a homeowner and I know my lease ends in, let's say, 3 months. Would it be reasonable for me to just start gathering pay stubs, W-2 forms and things like that, just scanning it and having it ready? Because I assume that's pretty much the information that Southside Community Development is going to ask for. Is that right, Tariq?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So the sooner the better, because we do develop you into a ideal homeowner. And so, you don't even have to be under contract to start the counseling process and get your ducks in a row in order to start hitting these milestones that you want to hit in order to become a homeowner.
And Robbie, you had mentioned that there were 4 homes. Are they available or do they need to be built?
Those are available right now. They are for sale, right on Perry Street, 2209, and the ones right next to it. If you want to see them for yourself, or you can talk to your realtor to set up a tour.
Now, where in the world can we find a realtor that's willing to show houses? Where, oh, where, oh, where? Hey, fam, listen, if you're interested in taking a look at one of these beautiful houses, give me a call. I'd appreciate the opportunity to share them with you, but also so that we can have that serious conversation about taking advantage of a significant amount of grant and down payment assistance. Robbie, how many bedrooms and bathrooms are these houses? I assume we're not talking about a one-bedroom house.
No, we are not. We're talking about 3-bed, 2.5-bath homes. They're 1,515 square feet.
Nice
You have a
size.
private backyard. You have the bedrooms are great size. You have an option for a downstairs master, or the upstairs bedrooms are large enough you could use one of those for your master as well. We really have fallen into a good design with these homes that we built, and folks especially love the layout of that that primary first floor as you walk in the front door.
1,500 square feet. That's not a small cookie cutter house. So at
Mm-mm.
1,500 square feet, these must really have fully featured kitchen, stove, refrigerator, dishwasher.
They sure do. They sure do. Yeah, the kitchen's a high point when you walk in. You see it right as you right across the room as you walk in the front door. And no, there's no cheap points in these homes. These are high quality homes that we built for someone to live in, hopefully for a very long time. We got granite countertops. We have hardwood floors across the whole downstairs. Like I said, first floor master is a huge bonus for a lot of folks, and a laundry room. So we love this layout that we've got.
You mentioned granite countertops. So
Mhm.
so these are open concept floor plans. Granite countertops.
Yeah, so we have an open concept between the living room and the dining area,
Mhm.
and then we have like a half wall basically that
Okay.
separates that area from the kitchen, so you can set up some bar stools, but it still leaves a little bit of separation and more counter space that way.
So, Robbie, for a first-time home buyer, this is their first time buying a home. There's always going to be some apprehensive, and I think it's only reasonable to have some concerns. Can I afford it? Once I buy a home, can I afford the utilities? Does Southside offer anything to help offset the expense of utilities?
Yes, great question. I'm glad you asked it because all of the appliances that we put in our homes are Energy Star appliances,
Okay.
and the homes come with a refrigerator, dishwasher, and microwave, all Energy Star rated, all very energy efficient. We also have all of the lighting. And the toilets and the faucets are all fixed to be as efficient in their use of resources as possible, which is great from an environmental perspective, but it also saves you money in the long run.
Yeah, yeah. So it's always good if I can save money and help the environment being my checking account. But anyway.
Hey,
Wow,
Smitty,
yes.
if I could also mention just one thing to everybody, a first time home buyer is not someone who has never ever their whole life owned a home. A first time home buyer is simply defined as someone who has not owned a home or been on the deed to real estate property in the last 3 years. So if you lost your house to foreclosure, say 4 years ago, you're a first time home buyer again. If you had to sell your house because of a divorce and it was more than 3 years ago, you're a first time home buyer again. And I think that that's really important because there are a lot of folks that are in that situation that don't understand or know that they are now first time home buyers and can take advantage of all of these things.
Mary, that's a very good point because a first-time home buyer isn't necessarily a first-time home buyer, and that's really cool. We have personally helped several folks to purchase homes. So now I'm going to ask a question that's going to make you guys angry, but I have to ask.
Uh-oh.
Can I buy a home while I'm in the middle of a Chapter 7 bankruptcy? I just filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, okay? How long do I have to wait, or can I go ahead and buy a house right away?
You have to wait 2 years from the date of discharge for Chapter 7.
So what do I do during those 2 years, Mary?
You need to be talking to Tarek and Southside and having them look
Tarek
at your
back in it.
credit, and they can guide you through that and help you budget to start putting money in savings, as well as help to reestablish and rebuild your credit.
Okay. And it's really, I asked that question because the young lady that we just assisted to purchase a home, the A team, she filed bankruptcy 2 years ago, and she was able to fix her credit. She did not pay an agency. She did a lot of the work herself. And she also did tremendous amount of work with Tariq at Southside Community Development. So she was able to take advantage of free services and then the reward. I want folks to understand this. I'm from a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That's where I wipe all the debt off. That's my brand new start. That's my new beginning. So I can and I should take advantage of it. She was able to reestablish her savings, create a spending plan, follow her spending plan, learn from the failures that she had experienced, because life be lifing, okay? Judgment free zone here all day, family, I promise you. All right. And then to move towards home ownership and then get grants and down payment assistance, that's pretty powerful.
That's very powerful. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
Tariq, do you have any? We're right about at the end, so let's wrap this up here in a couple minutes. Do you have any final words of encouragement, or should I just go ahead and give everybody your home phone number now?
Don't do that. No, no. Um, unless absolutely necessary. No. But no, like you said, it's powerful. Sometimes people are discouraged by certain things that they're going through, but a lot of things are just temporary, especially with credit as well. Your credit score is a snapshot, and so your credit score today will be different from your credit score next year,
Yeah.
and things like that. And so it's just powerful that a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, 2 years ago, didn't discourage a home buyer now, and that they were able to become a homeowner and generate some generational wealth for their family and, um, you know, for the future. So
Okay,
I just want to
Tariq,
add that on there.
you said a very powerful word. You mentioned the word generational wealth, and we're big time believers in that. Mary, do you have any final words for us? And touch on what generational wealth is, and if it can really be generated as a first time home buyer.
Well, generational wealth is built primarily in our country through real estate. And that just
Yes.
simply means that you're building it through the equity in your homes. And equity is the difference between what do I owe versus what is my house worth. If my house is worth 350,000, but I only owe 200,000, you have $150,000 in equity. And for most people, trying to build that much equity or that much kind of savings or wealth quickly, the only way you can do it is in real estate.
Yeah.
And so real estate, and then if you die, you have the opportunity to pass your property on to your heirs, and then whatever equity is in the property becomes their own equity, and they can choose to either sell the home and walk with all the cash from the equity, or they can choose to move their families in and continue to enjoy having a family home. So either way, is great. And real estate is really important. And I think generational wealth is important. I think we are living in a world right now where what's even more important immediately is for people to be able to get into a situation, which you can when you own your own home, where your mortgage payment, your housing expense is going to very minimally change, and you won't find yourself priced out of or pushed out of where you currently live in the neighborhood that you live and love. And that's, as important right now as building generational wealth, because you can't build the wealth if you can't find a place that you can afford to stay in for a long period of time. And I just encourage everybody, please don't ever think that, oh, it's not going to happen for me. Smitty has the same experience. We close deals all day long, every day, for people that didn't think that they would ever be able to purchase a home, and they're in their home now. And it's exciting to see that. And that's what we do this business for.
All right, thank you, Mary. And Robbie, if I could get you just to touch upon, again, these are brand new homes that are just been finished. No one's ever lived in them. These folks could be the first and take advantage of up to $100,000 of grants and down payment assistance, in addition to possibly additional money, depending upon what type of loan we go with. So these are real numbers. These are real houses that folks can take a look at right now today.
Yes, sir. And please, if you are, if you think homeownership is for you, but you're still toying with the idea, reach out to us as soon as you can, because we can help you. As the sooner you reach out, the sooner we can help. We've got a lot of ways to help first time home buyers and low and moderate income home buyers reach their goals. And Tarek's a huge reason why. But if you think one of these four homes is for you, please do not wait, because this opportunity, $100,000 of down payment assistance, does not come by often. It's a perfect storm of our partners being extremely generous with us as a nonprofit, and our grant writers do an excellent job in getting these resources tied together. You will not see $100,000 down payment assistance available again.
I haven't seen it. The most that I've been blessed to ever help anyone take advantage of was 95,000. And I'll be first to say, man, that'll never happen again. Never say never.
Never say never. Never say never. But these 4 are right here, right now. So.
4 of them that are ready. Hey guys, I'll put my information in there, but let's go ahead and put your information in. If somebody wanted to get started on this and they already have a real estate agent, or they just kind of want to get started, what number should they call first, or who should they email first?
Yeah, great question. So if you are just starting, you can go to our website, www.scdhc.com. You can also call either of us on the phone here. I'll give you my number in a second. But our general line is 804-231-4449. That gets you all of our services. My office, if you're interested in any of these homes, my office line is 804.
Hang on a second. 804
964 0412.
804
964
804 964
0412. And that's me.
And this is Robbie. Is that BBIE or IE?
Yep.
All right. And then later on, if you guys call me, we'll give you Tariq's home phone number, and his address, so we could do with a ring and run, do we door ditch, ring the bell, and run away.
And I can give you my office number right now, though.
All right, go ahead, Tariq.
804.
Yes, sir.
231 4449, and my extension is 109.
Now, Tariq, let's help folks understand. This is such a great program that you guys are undoubtedly inundated with folks who want to become homeowners. True statement?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, that is true.
Would it be better to email versus phone call after that initial conversation?
Yes, sir. And ideally, so we have a workshop. If anyone is interested in down payment assistance, which is the grants that we were talking about earlier, our first step is our workshop. So when you go onto the website that Robbie mentioned, scdhc.com, there's a tab for workshops. And the first step for down payment assistance is signing up for our down payment assistance workshop. And they tell you all the grants that we have available right now. They give you the qualifications. They tell you some of the just rules of thumb as far as making sure your monthly mortgage payment is affordable, because they won't allow us to give grant funds towards a home purchase that's unaffordable for the buyer. So they'll talk a little bit about that in the workshop as well. So
okay,
yep.
And the workshops are free as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Yep, and they're good for educational purposes too, even if you're not ready.
So what does Southside charge you for? I mean, I understand the workshops even give you pizza. So there's no. You're saying there's not a change meter at the door. All these services are absolutely free.
Absolutely. Yes, we are very, very grateful for all of our donors and all of our grant sponsors who make this possible. Our services are free to our clients because of our partners.
So if folks really and truly, if you really and truly want to become a homeowner, these are folks, this is the A team, folks that are perfectly willing and able to help you to prepare for, to plan for, to pray for, to perform for, to go home in 2026. And guys, would you agree that if somebody got started today, it's not too late to make it home in 2026?
Correct. Absolutely. In fact, under the right circumstances, we can make it happen in the next 30 to 60 days.
So somebody could be home by the end of summer. Somebody could be home for the start of school, next school.
Absolutely.
Year. Family, y'all got to get with this. This is free money. And I keep saying free because I know there's just sometimes this natural reluctance not to believe free, but I'm telling you, it's free. Okay. And you too can become a homeowner. Countless folks, countless individuals, just like you, I'll call us regular, everyday folk that have become homeowners, taking advantage of grants and down payment assistance. And when we say The average rent is going to exceed $2,000 next year. Family, you got to believe me. Guys, I just spoke to a young lady, Mary. I can't wait to get her to. She's supposed to call me back today. Who's paying $2,350 a month in rent?
Crazy.
$2,350. That's more than my mortgage payment. I don't think I could afford to pay $2,350 a month. And to add insult to injury, there's additional charge for water for which there is no separate water meter. How about that? And trash pickup. So again, family, rents are not going to go down anytime soon, but there is plenty of grants and down payment assistance money to help you go home up to and over $100,000 in many cases. Hey guys, thank you for doing this. I know you guys are busy. Mary, thank you. I can only imagine how jamming you are. Robbie and Tariq, thank you guys. Um, Thank you. That's all I can say. Let's help some folks go home in 2026.
Yes.
Thank you. It's been great to be here with everyone.
Sir, always a pleasure, Smitty. Anytime.
Yes, thank you.
All right, stay blessed, folks. All
All right.
Thank you again. Bye.